Hola, hola everyone. Welcome back to the Resin Lab by Alexandra. Today I pulled out this awesome looking mold that is a steering wheel tray for you to eat or use a laptop. Um, so I have no clue how much this is going to how much resin this is going to take. I'm gonna mix 500 milliliters to start, and I I don't know if I'm going to keep it for myself or if I'm going to post it for sale on eBay. But either way, I think it's going to turn I think it'll turn out great. I'm going to use maybe some crushed glass with some clear, and I really like the purple. There's a purple heart and a parakeet green pigment paste by Rolio that I think would look really good together in this piece. So let's get started. Okay, I've mixed 300 milliliters to start with. I measured with water. I poured 500 milliliters of water in here and then dried it off and then used some tape to take the lint off, but I missed a couple spots, so let me get that out of the way. Anyhow, 500 fills up about half of the tray, so I'm guessing the whole tray takes about 1,000 milliliters, which is fine. And I want to do it in, again, my plan was to do some flowers, but the flowers that I have are lavender and they don't go. I ran out of white little flowers. So I'm gonna do like the crushed glass. And then on the back, I'm gonna use, and then, maybe I'll put a decal. I think I'll do a decal and do a clear coat in this section right here once I flip it over. I think that's what I'll do. So I think that'll be the plan. Yeah, this will be really cool. Ooh, my tape stuck to my glove and it ripped. So let me get a new glove. All right. Spritz. Okay. And I vacuum chambered it already since we're doing clear for this first layer. So when I mix for the next layer, I'll show you all the colors that I'm mixing in and do the normal process. All right. There we go. Just want to get all of the clear out. And then I'll go ahead and spread it here. So I thought about doing 500 to start, but that would have been half the piece, and I didn't want that thick of a clear layer. So that's why I decided to do 300 just to cover the mold. And I'm gonna have to pop these bubbles. And I'm just scraping out what I can from the cup into this section up here. So if anything, I'll just scrape this off. That doesn't need to be covered. I'll use a squeegee for that, and then a squeegee for this. Okay. You know, oh my gosh, I just thought of something. I have these blue shells that I have been wanting to use in a piece for a while. And they're blue mosaic shell pieces. And I think I will pull those out today and use it in my pieces. So, or in my piece today. In my project, oh my goodness. Okay. So, let me grab my squeegee and just squeegee that off there. Squeegee this part. And it looks like that made it there pretty good. Okay. Just gonna wipe that. Grab my heat gun real quick and pop some bubbles. Okay. So I still got some bubbles there, and I've got this piece of something stuck in here. Don't know what that is. I think I got it out. Okay, I'm just looking at it from the side. Okay. Looking at it from the side and checking for lint and bubbles. And I don't see any. Now before I pour these in there and pour this in there, I'm gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes to let it firm up. So I'm gonna put you all on a pause while we wait. So I'll be back in about 15 minutes, 15 milliseconds in video time. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes and I pulled out these mosaic shells, but I really want to do the purple and green color, and that's not going to match this. So I decided I'm not going to use these shells. I'm just going to use the crushed glass. So I'm just putting these away right now. And on the next project, or on another project, we'll use those shells. So I'm gonna put some of this here. Around the edge. Now I'm not gonna put any in this section here because I decided I'm gonna do a decal there. Yes, Charlie. Just a minute. Sorry, y'all, that was my pup. Let me grab. There we go. That's easier. Alright, I'm just focusing on getting the crushed glass in the right places. Now, where did I get this? I think I got this at Michael's, but I'll find something to link on Amazon. A little more over here. Oh, that looks really pretty. I'm thinking I could also do a decal on the Cricut. Well, I mean, the water slide would be made on the Cricut, but I know. All right, y'all, I gotta put you all on a quick pause because this pup needs to go outside. But actually, I think that should be good. So I'm gonna let this sit overnight, and then we'll do the next layer tomorrow. So see you in a minute. Okay, so I am back. I have mixed I mixed 700 milliliters. So that is what I'm gonna put in this mold. I think it takes about 1,000 because like I said, 500 came up about halfway through. So I've mixed my 700 here. I'm gonna split it into 2 cups. 1 because it's deep, 2 because I have 2 colors. So just giving this final mix here. And this is a really big piece, so it takes up a lot of space on my desk here. So I wanna make sure that I'm under the camera, but I also need to be careful with the piece. So let me actually move this aside. And that way I have some space here. There we go. Okay, so 350 is gonna go in here. I'm just gonna give that a little mix. Just wiping off my fingers. Got some resin on my fingers. Okay. Just give that a little mix. And give this one a mix. All right. So normally I put my tools on the right side, but because I've got the tray there, I'm gonna put my tools over here to the left. And hopefully that doesn't throw me off too bad. Okay, so I pulled out Purple Heart by Rolio. This is a pigment paste, and Parakeet Green. I really like how these 2 colors look together. So I'm excited to see the results. I'm just giving the green a stir. All right. Just mixing that in. Almost looks like slime. Let's see, just trying to get that pigment paste off. And that noise in the background is my dog chewing on his toy, so I apologize for that if you can hear it. Oh, he stopped finally. I think I'm gonna have to add a little more. So let me grab a napkin. Oh, he started chewing his toy again. They get, I have a subscription box to this company called BarkBox, and they send new chew toys every other month along with treats. So my dogs have learned to recognize the package when it comes through, and they saw the package today and they were very excited to see the package with, or to see that the package was here and that they were getting new toys and some new treats. So that's why he's back there enjoying himself with his toy. Still need a little more. Grab a little bit more to mix in there. I'm just gonna add a little more green because I really want this to be deep and vibrant. I don't want it to be transparent at all. That looks good. Okay. Now let's do the purple. I'm gonna grab a different stick for that. Put that aside. And mix the purple. This is such a pretty purple. All right, I think I'll take that much and mix it in there. That's nice and vibrant. Oh yeah, those colors are gonna look really pretty. There we go. Just gonna clean off my stick and make sure that I got all of that pigment paste mixed up. So and I think I'm gonna put some Elmer's glue in here, only because I don't want the colors to mix, and the temperature is still not very warm on these, and I don't want it to get too warm, because where are we at now? Oh, they're at 83. Oh, so maybe by the time they come out of the vacuum chamber, I'll put a few drops of Elmer's glue just to kind of help them not mix up together. Though I don't think well, just do a few drops. Okay, let's see. It's 1 drop per 30. This is 350. I'm gonna do maybe 4. Because again, I don't like the consistency to be extremely globby. So that's 1. 2, 3, 4. And then we'll put 4 in here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right. So let me mix this. Oh yeah. See, that already gave it a nice globby consistency, but it's not globby to the point where it's unworkable. And that's what I don't like. I don't like the unworkable globby. So okay, that's that color. And just putting that on my napkin there. Let's get the purple mixed up. All right, that's nice and mixed. Okay, I'm gonna head over to the vacuum chamber and get the bubbles out of these, and then I'll be right back to pour. Okay, I've got the resin vacuum chamber. So I'm just gonna spray here some alcohol, and I think I'm thinking, should I go from the edge and try to do the crackle? Should I do stripes? Or should I just start in the center and just pour? You know what? We're gonna go around here like this. And then go around here. Go around there like that. Then around the back edge here. A little bit more here. Wow, I don't think this is going to fill it up. Go here. Yeah, this is not going to fill it up. But that's okay, because we have time to do another pour. So the next pour I'll probably do on a fast forward, just because you've already seen me mix and pour here. The glue is keeping the colors nice and separate, so that's great. Come on. So that's 1,000 so far, 1,000 milliliters. Because I did 300 last night, and this is 700 between the two colors. There we go. Just trying to get all that purple off. Okay. Now, let's get the green. Oh, I think maybe I'll back it with black. I wish I could see what it looks like on the bottom. But that would be a disaster if I tried to lift this up. To be honest with you, I don't even know how I'm going to get this on the heat mat. I let the first clear layer cure overnight. I might have to do the same thing with this layer, just because I don't want to risk spilling it. Knowing myself, I tend to be a little clumsy at times. So I don't want to risk. Okay, that looks nice. I don't really like how that pooled. But that's okay, this is the back, so. All right. And there we go. Let's see. There we go, and I keep scraping. Make up your mind, Alex. Okay. Here we go. All right, so that's done. Let me just scrape this in here. So I think this is gonna take easily another 700 milliliters. So that's 7, 14, 15, 16. That's about 1,700 milliliters. This is gonna be one pricey car tray. So, all right. Okay. Let me spritz with alcohol just to get these top bubbles out. And I'll probably let it gel up before I put it on the heat mat, just to be on the safe side. Okay. All right, so I'll be back to do the last layer. And unless I leave it this thin, no, because I'm thinking about just, no, if it's that deep, it's for a reason. It's because it needs to be sturdy. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to do another layer unless I fill it with clear. I could fill it with clear stones just to take up some space, some volume, and use less resin. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about doing that. I normally don't do that with my other pieces. So just getting this here. Okay. All right. I'll be back to do the next layer in a few seconds in video time and probably tomorrow in real time. So see you soon. Okay, it's time to pour the last layer. And I thought about doing black, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think it'll look good with the two color. I think it'll just throw it off. So I decided to do the back in all purple. I think the green is beautiful, but it's a little overpowering in my personal opinion. So I want to keep the back a little subtle. Well, I guess as subtle as you can with this deep purple. So let me go ahead and spray, and let's pour. Now this is about 350 milliliters. I mixed 600 all together, but I wanted to only do some of it in case I had extra. But based on this right now, and I did vacuum chamber this, based on this right now, it looks like I'm gonna need the other 250. So I will mix it up and vacuum chamber it, and then come back and pour. So that means this piece takes 1,600, about 1,600 milliliters, 1,600. So that's a lot. So these are definitely special order, items. So if you're ever interested in ordering anything from me, definitely either go through my eBay or my Etsy shop links. Etsy is more for personalizing, so I can kind of personalize things on that. That's kind of where I put stuff that's more for personalizing, like the memorial pieces, personalized coasters and whatnot. If you're looking for like something that's already made, that's more my eBay store, where I just post the items that I make. And of course I can personalize those too. You can always send me an email. I'll put my email on the screen and in the description box if you're ever interested in ordering something. So All right, so that is this. I've got this scraped out, and I'm so sorry for the background noise. My dogs are chewing away at their toys. They just like to follow me around and be in the room that I'm in, so they tend to be with me when I'm pouring. Okay, so let me mix up some more pigment paste into this resin that I have on the side. And then I'm going to vacuum chamber it and be back in about 2 shakes. Okay, I've got the other 250 mixed with purple pigment paste and vacuum chambered. So I'm gonna start over here. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to dome this, but we shall see. Because this can probably easily take another 200 or 300 milliliters, and I don't want to use that much. I did think of putting, let me get this little piece of lint out of here. I thought about putting some clear, yeah, see, that's not going to be even. That's, what do I do, you all? What do I do? I think I'll put some clear stones to fill it up, because like I said, I don't want this to take too much resin, otherwise it'll be just outrageously expensive. But yeah, let's see how it looks with the clear stones. And just to give it some volume, because otherwise this is not going to be even, and that's going to drive me nuts. The stones won't be visible through the front, which is good. They'll only be visible through the back, and that's if the resin isn't deep enough. If they're visible through the back, then I won't use them. But if they work, then I'll use them. So I'm just scraping out as much as I can, as usual. No resin goes to waste. Okay. So let me grab those. Okay, so I grabbed some stones. They're just glass decorative gems I got at the dollar store. And I got these quite some time ago. I got cleared, not thinking that if I pour those in clear resin, they get camouflaged. So they've just been sitting in my stash for quite some time, and I don't think that's gonna work because this is visible and then it shows the green, and I don't think I like that. So let's see, I think I'm just gonna have to let it be and maybe sand it if necessary. Let me just get this stone out. Yep, that wasn't well, it's a good thing I only did one, but it was worth a try. Okay, so now that I decided I'm gonna leave this as is, then I'm gonna let it cure, and then it'll be time to demold. So I'll see you all soon. It's time to demold. So let's start by pulling this apart. And I'm so excited to see how this turns out, you all. I'm gonna have to trim the edge, but that's fine because I was expecting that. Okay. Trying to demold this without ruining the reveal. Okay, so let me set that aside. And here we go. That looks fantastic. I like it. I really like it. Now, the question is, do I want to put a decal here? And I think I will leave it as is because I just don't want to take away from the pattern. But look at this. This has this little cup holder thing. So it's, this is obviously not a cup. Oh, here we go. Perfect. It's got that, and it's got a little holder to put like a pen or something. So now what I want to do is go test it on my steering wheel, because that's really what's gonna make this useful or not, is if I can actually get it on my steering wheel. So give me 1 second and I'm gonna go out to my car. Okay, so here it is in my car. I have a minivan and it fit perfectly on the steering wheel. So it just, all I had to do was just clip it on, not even clip it, I just had to squeeze it on, and it's a little hard to get it off with one hand, but all I did was just slip it on and it works just fine. So there it is coming off, and see if I can get this back on with one hand so I can show you all. And it just kind of glides on. It's a little snug. There we go. So that's how that works. So that's pretty cool. I like that. That'll come in handy when I am waiting for my daughter at dance practice. So it'll also come in handy when we're out to eat. Even if it's not used on the steering wheel, it could be used in the passenger seat. So that's really cool. Really cool. All right, back to the craft room. Okay, I'm back in my room. So now I'm just gonna trim the edges with my deburring tool because they are a little sharp. And this will be it to finish this piece. I really love how it came out. Tell me what you all think in the comments. My daughter loved it. She saw it and she immediately wants to order one. So I will have to do another video. She wants it different, of course. That was my daughter coming in telling me how she wants her tray. So I'm gonna have to get working on it pretty soon. So let's see the best way to trim these edges here in a curve. go. And all right, so this piece is finished. I don't have anything else to do to it because I decided not to do the decal. So my daughter just told me that she wants flowers, dried flowers in hers with gold flakes. So I will do that on another video. And let's see. Okay, so this piece is finished. It is good to go. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, I hope you have time to go back and watch some of my previous videos. If you've stuck with me since the beginning, thank you again. And I will see you all on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Bye.